Hey yo, B!
Nambie.
Did God tell you to do something?
Oh yeah, he did. And that's the perspective.
Please zoom in on my face on that part.
Hello dear viewer, this is Brian Othoo. Kama kawaida, this is the perspective from Adoration Studios. We've been saying we're bringing the perspective to you guys, and it's been taking forever. I know, you've been waiting, the long wait they call it. Don't worry, we are here today, and there's this session that we did. You saw the bloopers, you saw the advert, but we never pulled the video out. And as you can see, the setting also changed. Why? Because things happen. Technology. Today we're bringing to you the perspective 001. Clearly, we've begun this. So guys, without further ado, I'm bringing to you the guest of the hour. This lady is the high end of energy. She's hyped up. And this is none other than Pauline Buoga. Zile drum rolls.
Drum rolls.
Yes. What's up, P?
What's up?
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a minute.
Watu wamengoja hii kitu bana.
I know, and like you said, we had recorded, we had everything in place, and then life just happened.
Yeah. People don't believe that.
Manze, we had after before recording that was such an uphill climb.
Yeah.
Then we finally did it, and then the climb haiko imeisha.
Imagine.
So we're still climbing. I don't know.
I tell people that you are here and we recorded because I posted that section that we had.
Oh.
Yes, and then people were like, where is it coming out? Then I realized, okay, visual hakuna. Camera ilifanya ile kitu na record alafu then out.
But here we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
We thank God we are here. So Pauline, introduce yourself to the guest. I know these people are wondering, you guys are talking about unaongelea sana. So who is Pauline,
Okay, I'm not so many things. My name is Pauline Buoga. I studied supply chain management. I think that's important to mention. I studied supply chain management, and I'm practicing procurement currently. I also singing music. I was going to say singing is my life. Music is my life. And above all, I love the Lord as my personal savior.
Amen.
And you should love him too.
Amen.
Oh, I'm not married. So if you're looking for a wife, hit me up.
Well, guys. Anyway, don't worry. You can always do that thing. Tutaweka Instagram yake hapo chini. You can always slide, but only if you're serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so Pauline, today we are talking about something that until today bado sijaweza pronounce that thing correctly. There's a day I rehearsed.
You had all
literally
the time to rehearse.
Well, for such
bombastic words.
Yeah, it takes time and you need to ease up a bit,
No worries.
Lazima uende joga, in the gym. Okay. I'm being too dramatic about it, but yeah, like if you know me, you know very well drama has always to come about. So this is Gigantomastia.
No, you almost got it. I was just like, oh no.
Really?
No. Let's do that one more time.
Okay.
Let's do that one more time.
Gigantomastia.
Yes, you got it. Correct. Tick.
Yeah, guys.
Gigantomastia. Yeah, I don't know why people feel the need to put the N mahali. You're not the only person, by the I keep meeting people who say Gigantomastia. I'm like, where is the N coming from?
Is it because of elephantiasis? You know elephantiasis. Those kind of words. They kind of
because absolutely no relation. But I get you.
No, we are trying.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean, that's progress. You need to clap for progress. Yeah, so what is Gigantomastia?
Gigantomastia.
Whatever that thing is.
Okay. So I'm going to look at the camera just so that people can understand. Well, I do not have any medical background, but this is just the things that I've read and the things I've been taught. Gigantomastia is a condition that is characterized by excessive growth of the breast tissue. Like you'd have 3% of your body weight on your breast. Yeah, so people usually say that if you're above an E cup, size, the guys won't understand, but the ladies, I know you get me. So if you're above an E cup size, then you probably need to be checked. And then the other thing is that it's not like diabetes that you'd walk into the hospital and be like, these are the signs and the symptoms that I'm having and all those things, yeah? Gigantomastia is clinically diagnosed. Plus, you can also just tell that your breasts do not look like the normal size should look.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's purely on me. Don't be like, let me quote her. I'm not a medical practitioner.
Okay. So I'm still stuck on the E cup thing. Hold on. E cup. So what's the normal? As in, what's the point where we now say this one is now beyond the normal? Because I know we just, even if you explain, we still won't understand it that much, but at least we'll have an idea, because the intention of this is to also enlighten guys out there, so that even probably you have a sister or a niece or something, you can tell, or you can raise eyebrows within the family, so that help can be found for that particular person. So
I can't really say that there's the normal, but what I mean by E cup is well, how do I explain this? Well, there's okay. So when we're talking about the E cup is the bras, when you go get checked for your size of the bra, there's this part and then there's this part. So when this part is in excess of, we have A, B, C, D. If it is in excess of E, you probably should just go to a doctor and get checked. You should just go get checked. He will do his diagnosis and tell you whether or not you have gigantomastia.
So and that begs the question to ask: how did you know you had it?
Well, I had the symptoms. I want to call them. Is it symptoms? Yeah. I had excessive back pains. I had excessive neck pains. I could not get a bra my size. I would get infections underneath the breast, and then they were just excessively big. They were too big for my frame. So when I noticed that they were big, I just sought medical advice. I'm going to call it that. And I was diagnosed with gigantomastia.
For most of us, we all have different conditions that affect us. Everybody has their own issues, right? And there's a way that they affect you personally, as an individual, your personality. Probably, if, for example, myself, there was a time I was a stressed young man.
Why you?
I was stressed.
Sorry.
Tears. But then, and that one really affected my personality. There was this personality that people knew, Brian is just this guy who's just a loner. He's in some space where no one can reach out to him. You know, he will allow you when he wants to. Simply because of the stresses that I had, which would have been sorted out if I had explained myself. But that now, coming to this context, it affected my personality. People now see this Brian who is, welcoming, friendly, and they're like, hey, Brian, how do you do this? I'm like, it comes from somewhere. I know. It comes from somewhere. So how did that affect you as an individual? Did it affect you, or you were this strong woman, Amazonian warrior?
No.
Amazonian.
Well, I had my own share of struggles. It was really bad. Like, sometimes I don't even want to go down the memory lane and just remember all these things that I had to go through. But for the most part, my parents used to tell me that I was a very bubbly. The energy you were talking about, the energy, it started from way back. Like, I would learn things in school and then come home and literally present it to my parents. You understand? Then when my breast started showing when I was like 10 years old. And just one day I'm walking around and a lady stops me, and then she's like, hey, you don't need to slouch. We know that they are showing and it's perfectly normal for them to show. But that just hit my head like, okay, now everyone can see it. So you need to act a certain way.
Sometimes when you are not aware of it until you are told, and now you are aware, and it's now. But I think subconsciously I knew, because I used to walk like this literally. And then after, it would be very bright and sunny outside, and me, I have my jumper on, just because I'm trying to hide it. It really affected me. So I just, when I
I didn't even hit my puberty. I don't think I hit puberty. They just started growing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I withdrew, and my parents actually noticed that I withdrew, and then I had struggles getting the right clothes, struggles getting the right bra. Like I would literally go shopping with my sister, and she's actually taken me to go buy bras, and she would get like 100 of them, and I would get 0. So I had like this particular vendor who used to like go out there and get bras that would actually fit me, and I'm like 16 years old, I'm like 18 years old, and then I would get some very grueling comments from people, you know, and I'm still a child, you understand? And the world is not really nice to you. They don't care whether or not you are a baby or whatnot. You understand? Going out for school funkies was just something else, because I remember, I think I've written it somewhere on my Facebook. I remember one day I was walking, and then there was a guy in their school bus, and he literally just pointed at me and drew all the attention to me, and they all started laughing because of what I looked like, and that, you know, really affects your brain. It really affects how you feel about yourself and all those things. I remember several times, okay, I can go on and on, but several times I would go to bed, because I'm a firm believer. I would go to bed and cry to God and tell him, listen, today we learned about faith, and I want to trust you to do this thing for me. So I would touch my breast and just literally pray that I don't wake up with them, but I would still wake up with them, you understand? I found it hard because I went to a boarding school, and I think that's an amazing thing that my parents did, and I used to find it hard showering in front of people and all those things, and some girls would just straight up tell me, you know, your boobs look a little too large for your age, but I have to live with that, you understand? So it was really grueling, and especially for a very young girl, it's not really cute. So I didn't like it, and like I said, I used to get infections. It's just really a bad place to be at. And I'm just gonna say this now, every time I think about that young girl, I honestly really feel sad for her, because she did not live out her best. She was hiding. She was constantly worried about what she looked like and about what people would say. So Gigantomastia has really its effects: psychological, emotional, physical.
So the question is, what do you think about this? Is it that we as humans have lost touch with being sensitive towards other people? Because clearly you got all kinds of comments from people, whether it was coming from a point of ignorance or somebody who just knows what's happening, but the comments, how they gave them. Do you think it's a problem with us as humans? We've lost that touch of being sensitive towards other people as we are addressing some of the things that we see them do or see them go through.
I think for the most part it's ignorance. I don't think anyone knew that I was a child, because most people thought I was actually an adult, because every time I would go to a shopping center or whatever, they would ask me to buy clothes for a kid. I'm like, hold on, I'm 17 years old. I'm not saying that 17-year-olds do not have kids, but hold on, boo, and all those things. I think for the most part it's ignorance. And of course, I'm going to say this, people are insensitive. I mean, why would you just throw out a comment like that? I think if I see you looking at some type of way, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'll just let you pass. Like, you don't have to say anything to people, because you don't know what it is that they're going through, you understand? So ignorance and people just being very insensitive for no apparent reason. Are you being paid? Is somebody paying you?
Imagine. I don't know if you're getting some money. Please inform us so that we can also know who is paying people to give negative comments.
I mean,
we need to bring you to Brook, brother.
There's a time I was going to work, and I had just gotten this wonderful red top. You know, not so many tops used to fit me those days. Okay. So I just gotten this wonderful red top. So I'm just walking to work, and then I meet a guy. I'm sorry to say, I meet a guy. I think he was drunk or something. Then this guy just literally grabs me.
Brother so and so, shame on you.
Grabs. My goodness. As in, I cried the whole way to work, and I'm thinking if it was someone who had normal size boobs, they probably wouldn't have done that. And it's just, it used to be scary.
That is already affecting you. Then somebody is now, trespassing.
I know.
And now that one.
Let me tell you, it used to be so scary, because as in, like, I would constantly feel people talking about me. You understand? It's like, hey, so sometimes I would, like, I'm just walking like this direction. This is where I'm going. this is where I'm going. And then I meet a group of people and I'm like, no, we have to go back. So now this is where I'm going. I go all the way until I get past them, because I know they're going to comment something. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be sleeping by myself and thinking about all these things that you guys are saying to me.
Hey, that's a hard life.
It's very bad.
That's
it's
hard.
very bad. It's very bad. And then these things usually stick with you.
Yeah.
They literally just stick with you. Because even after I've gotten past Gigantomastia, I still think about all these things that were said and all those things that were done to me. Not cute.
Guys, we need to be more sensitive. I don't know about you. Is this story is it resonating with you? Are there, apart from hers was Gigantomastia, I don't know.
Gigantomastia, baby.
Yes, that one. Hers was that.
Yeah.
How about you? Probably also having something you're going through and people are not being sensitive enough towards you. How do you feel? Let us know in the comments below. Kindly, guys, she's passed through it. Probably you don't know who to talk to. Can you handle that?
Let's talk. Yeah, I actually really talk to so many girls about it. Yeah, and it's the same comments, it's the same things.
High school girls.
Well, not really. I don't know how old they are, but I get so many DMs on my Instagram. Yeah, and I talk people through the whole process.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, guys, we will take a short break, then we'll be right back. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the session. This is The Perspective. You're with Brian Othoo, and today we have a wonderful guest with us. So far, if you're still with us, kindly like and subscribe pale chini ili tuendelee kukua motivated. Someone once said on the pulpit, motivate the speaker, by saying amen. Here, how do you say amen to us? You simply subscribe, comment, like, and share, because this story is as important as you would want it to be. If you feel it's important, then someone else will also find it important. So you need to share it out there so that it can help someone else.
Yeah.
Pauline, karibu tena.
Thank you.
Yes. Aish. You mentioned something about you praying to God. The fact that you woke up and you still found yourself in the same position that you went in while you went to sleep. How did that affect your spiritual life? Did it affect your spiritual life though? Did you view God differently?
No, I did not. I used to feel very terrible, but hey.
You brought God to the perspective, God
him.
Somehow has to find himself here.
My papa, my papa.
I told you guys she's mama. So you said that you could pray to God to take away the situation that you were in.
Yes.
And when you went to sleep, having the faith, the hope that the Father will deliver as he promised. Then you wake up. The guys are still here. They're like, yo, we're still here.
Still here.
Yeah. How did that affect your spiritual? Did it affect you?
No, it did not. Well, I used to feel really bad, and it's just like, hey, why are you not doing it for me? Like you did it for Abraham. Why are you not doing it for me? But he's not a magician. He's just like alakazam, and all those things. Yeah. But it did not in any way affect my faith.
Okay.
I think my faith has just stood the test of time.
I mean, for somebody who could still go out, but it shows how strong you are, because you could still go out.
Well, my spirit is a bit wounded, but we still have to get up.
I mean, I think that's how we should measure strength.
Yeah.
If you're having a challenge and you could still wake up and look nice, I mean, and go out
and
there
show up
with all the bad comments that you've received.
I know. Yeah.
Were there people who are encouraging you?
Encouraging. Well, I had friends, and my mom, of course. My mom has, oh my goodness, my mom has been like the pillar of strength. I'm gonna just say that. She would
strong mothers.
Yeah. So my mom used to really encourage me. The condition actually runs in the family. Okay, I don't know if that's what to say. Runs in the family. My sister has quite large breasts. My mom has large breasts. My grandma had very large breasts. So I think she really used to understand what I was going through. I know that one day my sister came to me and she was like, Aki mami anakurumianga. And she sees the way you walk and she's like, oh my goodness, are they heavy? But she really used to encourage me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because there's a point in primary school that she made sure that I was taken to a doctor, got checked, and the time the doctor was like, they do look big. She could have surgery done, but not at that particular time. It's best to just have her finish her school, then think about surgery later.
Wow. So basically she was interested in finding a solution for you.
Yes, I think all moms. No,
Like any
oh,
parent
my
would.
mom. Yeah, she was really hands-on about, making me feel comfortable and better about who I am.
Wow. And your dad?
Yeah, my dad was also, and then this is quite sensitive,
Yes.
as in like you can't be like, oh my daughter, I'm telling you this and stuff like that. But he was supportive towards the surgery, towards taking me to hospital and all those arrangements, and even getting the money for the surgery.
Yes, 12 fathers out there, 12 mothers out there, Meskia, tafadhali, don't neglect, don't just assume stuff happen from the sky. It takes that love, that extra hand, that extra sense of getting to care about your child. It gives them that support. At least that support system takes you through.
It helps you. I've talked to a few girls who've been like, I'd really like to have the surgery done, but I'm not sure what my mom will say. I'd love to have the surgery done. I'm not sure what my dad would say.
Yeah.
And I know that plastic surgeries are associated with worldly things. It's like changing your form of appearance. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. I had all these problems. I think we're gonna get there. But it really does help to support, like even listening, like when she tells you this is what I feel like they're heavy, and this, just listen before going all out like hapana hizo vitu za dunia hapana and stuff like that. It just really helps to listen.
Ni ukweli. And that brings us basically to what you just mentioned. I mean, so clearly there was a solution that was already being suggested to you, and that was surgery. You personally, how did you take that? For me, I am scared of surgery. If you tell me even now, hey kidogo, you need to go and take some anesthesia and just sleep and wait for somebody to work on you. Hey,
it's scary.
How did you take that as being a solution that was presenting itself as basically the only
solution? Okay, let's start from way back. Okay,
take us back.
I have Gigantomastia and I've tried praying, didn't work. No, I'm not saying it did not. No, but like they did not disappear. I'm not saying it didn't work. God works. And so I started writing to like several hospitals to just find out how much it would cost and stuff like that, and then people would come back with quotations of like 550,000. I was just like 550 and stuff like that. So of course my friends had floated the suggestion of having the surgery done, but I was super skeptical because I think for the most part I was holding on to my faith and just being like, I cannot change my form and all those things. Then after 2 years, my mom also used to tell me about it. Then after 2 years, one day I've gone through like a very huge share of trouble and stuff like that. Then one day I have to go to a concert in Nakuru. And then during that time I had gotten an infection. A Christian concert, I had gotten a very bad infection, and it was mostly this part that was affected. And then when your boobs, I don't know, when they are so big, they I don't know, they kind of lose sensitivity or something, because I used to try to itch and I couldn't like feel the I don't know if I'm making any sense. And then I had them all over. Before that, I had actually gone to a doctor to ask him like if surgery was the only solution and stuff like that, and this doctor wasn't really very nice to me. He was like, nataka kukata yako alafu utakata ya mtoto wako, and then I'm thinking,
what does that even mean? Ati unakata yako, kwani wewe ni wewe What are you? Are you seeing the future? Are you a psychic now? Doctors, kindly, you are supposed to be encouraging your patients.
Well, I don't know why he put it like that, but I don't think he meant it in a bad way. But anyway,
Really?
it just came out so badly.
Are you standing in for him, Ryan?
I'm not. I'm just.
It
I
feels
don't
like
think.
you're shielding him, like, he was just.
I know doctors are good people. I just don't know what was happening to that particular one on that particular day. And on that day, by the way, my back was aching. By the way, it was aching a good one.
Yeah.
So you go back to whatever place you're going back to, thinking, okay, you have a almost chronic backache, chronic neck pain, and the only solution is surgery, and you can't have the surgery because this doctor was like, you're going to cut yours, you're going to cut your daughter's. And I'm thinking, Connie, you don't think I've gone through this entire thought process for you to say it like that? So I decided to live with them. So back to the concert. So I go to this concert and I have this infection. I go back to that same doctor because I don't hold grudges. I'm gonna come to you. So I go back to him, and when I took off my bra, because I used to wear 2 bras and another spaghetti top just so that they can make some sense, you understand? So when I went back to him and he actually saw my breast, he was like, but are you okay? It's very easy for you to comment if you haven't actually seen what is going on under the clothes. And it was like, I could suggest to you a plastic surgeon. You can just go and make a consultation and stuff like that. So when I go to this concert, I have that infection. That day I had like the worst back pain. I don't know what was happening. People were looking at me crazy. Everything was just so bad. I remember just taking my phone and calling my friend, because there's a friend who was really rallying for the surgery, and I called her and I told her, you know what, I'm actually thinking about having this surgery done. I don't know where I was going with this. I've gone all the way. What was the question? It's surgery. So from then I started planning to have the surgery done. From that August, it was August of 2019. Yes, I started planning to have the surgery done August of 2019. I had my diagnosis done in October of 2019, and the surgery was done in December of 2019.
2019, that's pretty recent.
But it's almost 3 years.
But that's a journey. I mean, looking at the things that probably felt pushing you to that, towards that, that
but it's scary. I was going to mention surgery is scary. Like you talk to people and then people would be like, what if usiamke, what if wasau needle hapo ndani, what if there's so many what ifs, what if you get cancer after that. It is really scary. And then like there's of course there's the aftermath of having the surgery. Like you may not get the exact shape of breast that you wanted, your nipples may not regain sensitivity, you may not be able to breastfeed after, and all those things. So all these things are playing in your mind. So you're thinking about all these things. It is scary, but I just want to tell the people who are listening to this, it's not as bad as you think it is. It's not so bad.
As someone who has already gone through the process, right?
You
can be in a position to say that. And like me, who's not been in a process, I cannot start telling somebody, hey, surgery is good, and yet I don't have any experience with it.
Well, this is what I usually say to people who have gigantomastia. It's the surgery is, and the whole process of healing is like 1 month. It's nothing compared to what you have gone through and what you would have gone through, like if you still had gigantomastia. So just go through that 1 month.
Okay. Wow, guys, we're going to take a short break. I mean, I need to swallow that up fast. From the doctor to the concert and everything that was happening. Christians, hey, come on, give people an easy time, bana. Everybody's going through something. You can't just now look at somebody being investigative. Ni kama tunakuanga, there's this switch where we just switch into investigators. We become CIDs, FBIs. Wow. Did God even mention that as a JD for Christians? I don't remember.
People are busy.
Hey. Why is her breast big? Why?
No, but also, like we said, it is, people don't know what it is exactly, and then it's just really something strange in the human.
This is what I think. This is what I think. Honestly, if you don't know what something is, or if something is new to you, instead of being a psycho towards it, be easy. Be someone who is inquisitive to learn. You see, we are not like, most people are not like that. What we are is quick to judge, quick to put our noses where they're not needed, and even we don't even learn courtesy,
Yeah.
I'm imagining somebody was coming to ask you, maybe they're concerned, coming from a good place. Na kwa nini? You see that na kwa nini? What is na kwa nini? I mean, and I did not put myself in this situation. I did not just wake up and decide, now I'll just make myself have this condition. You get?
Yeah.
People need to be a bit, a bit easy. I mean, imagine it was Jesus.
But let me ask you, okay, what is a bit easy? Oh, okay, because I was a victim. Because I was a victim. I used to feel terrible. Yes. I used to feel, but like when you're on the other side of whatever, like I would also be shocked. It's like, but as in, I'm not trying to show the victim that by then, I'm shocked. I am really shocked. You understand? As in, after some time, I just learned that it's the normal human way. Yeah, just don't comment and don't make me feel uneasy. You understand? But kushtuka
ni
I want to understand now that I'm not going through
clearly what Pauline is saying. I should be easy on you people. So here we are, Brian Othoo, being easy, guys. We're going to take a short break and we will be right back. Shikilia hapo. By now, if you're watching, if you're still here with us, I know, I mean, I don't have to be reminding you, but now this is already something that should be normal. I mean, you are in this YouTube channel. Why are you still looking at it like, am I sure this is something I need to do? Guys, so welcome back. This is The Perspective with Brian Othoo, and we are with lovely Pauline. The session is about
Gigantomastia.
Name will
I think
show
I'm just
me
going to say it out for you from here on out.
Okay, so let's take this again. Okay, so the show is about
Gigantomastia.
Yay! Welcome Pauline.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hii ni kipindi cha lala salama. Sasa tunaenda katika kumaliza. Let me not do Swahili. My Luo instincts will not agree. We will disagree terribly.
Suddenly the S was SH and the SH was S.
S. Lakini afadhali SH. Now, for our Kikuyu brothers, it's L and R. Oh
yes.
My. Yay. But it's okay. That's life on earth.
It is.
So you talked about plastic surgery, and there's this whole thought process around it, stigma, Christianity, you are making your body, you are doing this, you are correcting what God had already.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
Well, to be very honest with you, it's a gray area. To be quite honest, like the Bible has not like outrightly said.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I don't want to sound like.
No, it's okay. It's just a perspective.
And I was also really scared. I was scared. I didn't want to do it, and like I had to tell my pastor friends to like pray for me. Let's just find out if this is God's will. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I received an answer from heaven and God affirmed that I should go on with it. No. I just really prayed and then I went through with it. So I'm not here to tell you that it's the right thing, do you, and all those things. And of course, as a Christian, and I'm not saying that this is my body, I'm going to do anything that I want with it. No. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to justify, but I prayed and I requested to go through with it. I don't know. Yeah.
Because honestly, I think for me, I have this view which is it was a problem, right?
Yes.
I mean, God has been in the business. The God of the God I subscribe to, guys, is the God of the Bible. The God I subscribe to is described in the Bible. The God by the Christian Bible, the Christian doctrine, and I think God has been in the business of saving humanity.
Yeah.
We are in a fallen state, right? And why do we need doctors? I mean, if we should go with the idea where this is how it is, this is God's doing, so I should stay like this. I mean, do you, when cancer grows in you, it's more of a less unnatural kind of process. It happened. It's cells that just decided to grow, and do things that they're not meant to do, right? And so, do we now say, let's not go seek medical advice because it's a natural process?
Yeah.
I think the God we serve is someone who wants you to be comfortable. Who wants to be, you should be in a place where you are at peace, and you cannot be at peace if you have a backache, you are troubled everywhere you go, you are depressed. He gave these doctors the know-how of working out this. That's why we have doctors. I mean, Jesus was here, he was healing the sick at that time. Some of the sicknesses that those guys had, if they were here today, it wouldn't have needed a miracle. You get?
That's true.
We would have just gone to hospital and the medication would have been served.
Yeah.
But then there was no hospitals, there were no resources as we have today. So I think God is someone who wants us to be diverse even in how we handle the problems here on earth. As long as it's a problem and it can be solved, I think it's worth it. I mean, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I think where people come from is you are not really sick. You just felt and then you wanted to change it. But this is also what I usually say. As in, human beings are funny people because a person would have cleft lip, and then when that is corrected, then the people would be like, oh, thank you doctors for giving them a chance to have a smile. And then me, who has back pains, you'd be like, no, she was just treating her self-esteem issues and all those things. So human beings are really funny, but that's what we have.
That's I always say, if God's not against it, probably we should not really care so much what man thinks. Because man will think anything. If you don't do it, they will still think
they will have a problem.
If you do it, they will still
problem.
So it's just fine.
Like I got, when my story came out, I got so many comments on Facebook. And then my friends had seen all these comments and then they didn't want to tell me. So one day I just sat through and I was reading through them, and I would just like tell people, as in, imagine it was your child, and some of these people would actually apologize for their comments, just like I did not know that it was this bad and and all those things. So human beings are quite something.
They can be. I mean, they crucified Christ, right?
Our Lord and our Savior.
They refused to listen to Noah. So I mean, humans, we have a problem, and that's why we need Jesus, right?
We do.
So what would be your message to that one person who is battling this kind of situation, whatever condition they are in, and they're trying to look for solutions, and just like you in your journey, probably they don't have that support system with them, so they are really battling it by themselves. In this condition, it's total darkness. I mean, there's the puzzle of Christianity and how to go about it. Like you've brought in the aspect of surgery and cosmetic surgery. So there are all these great things that people are facing out there. What's your advice basically on
okay, like I said, there are people who have large breasts but they're not so large, and then there's people who have extremely large breasts and would need the surgery. So I normally, like I said, I normally talk to so many ladies, and there are some that I just advise to, like, okay, it's gonna sound funny, but I just advise them to embrace, because the surgery has its effects. Let's be honest. It has its effects. But for these other people that only have the surgery as the only way out, would advise that you reach out to the foundation. It is not cheap, to be quite honest. It's not very cheap. But
is this?
It's the Gigantomastia Foundation. I went through the foundation. They usually cater for 70% of the cost, and you have to get the 30, which is still quite something. And well, you can start saving up for it. Go get how much you're supposed to pay. Start saving up for it, and then have the surgery done. But most importantly, talk to someone about it. And then I'm a huge advocate for mental health and all these things. The surgery takes care of your physical, but your mind also went through a lot when you had gigantomastia. So after you've had the surgery done, just go to a counselor to help you fix your mind. You went through a lot and you need help fixing that. So yeah. So if you're going through it, talk to someone who has been through it and has been through the surgery.
So, Pauline, how much did you say the cost was for the surgery?
Well, it depends on the hospital that you go to, but it could cost between 450 and 800,000. Yeah, and of course I'm giving you price ranges for 2019 because I haven't checked this year.
So probably we could check maybe later. And if the prices are changed, we will just leave it at the comments so that you will read. At the description, we will leave it there.
I'm sure it has changed because the cost of living is just like this. Yes.
True. And do they have insurance options?
Insurance does not pay, unfortunately. It doesn't because it considers it cosmetic surgery. Why? So insurance does not pay. Yeah, insurance does not pay because it considers it cosmetic surgery. Can you imagine? Can you?
Where do they draw the line with cosmetics? Let me ask you, if I was involved in an accident today and I lost my leg and I need to place something
prosthetic
to what's that?
Prosthetic.
I'm a pro. Wait, prosthetic. Is that considered cosmetic?
I'm not sure. I do not know.
I feel they need to
But for gigantomastia, they don't pay.
It's an appeal to you guys. Watu wa insurance, tafadhali.
Help us.
Help.
Because there's so many people out there that really need help. Yeah, and it's not like a common mwananchi will not just come by 450,000 for a surgery. You understand? So, yeah, just really help.
And like you've described, it's something that causes pain to some.
Yes,
so it's not just to look nice. It's really, it causes a health hazard. I mean, if your back is hurting while you're still young, what about when you get to your 40s and eventually 50s? That will be terrible, right?
Horrible.
So guys, to the insurance company, those of you who are watching this and are working in the insurance companies, kindly
you can enforce laws.
Yes, please. Enforce. We are standing up for the girl child.
Wakanda.
Yeah, forever. Where can they find the social media?
Pauline Buoga on Instagram. I'm active on Instagram.
Yeah, please find her if you need to talk to someone who has gone through the process. She's one person who is already healed from that process. So you can find her and talk to her about it, and let's see where that goes. So this foundation that you've just talked about, how can we find it? How can we access?
They're on Facebook, Gigantomastia Foundation, on Instagram, Gigantomastia Foundation, and if you get to me, you're like one step away from the foundation.
Okay. One step away. I think I need to move my seat. And just briefly, you've mentioned about pros and cons. Somehow you've just brushed through them. Just haraka.
Yeah. The surgery has, of course, its effect. There's a 50% chance that you may not be able to breastfeed, but nowadays the doctors use methods that allow the patient to be able to breastfeed after. You may or may not regain your sensitivity. I regained my sensitivity after some time, so praise be to God. Damn. They may not take the shape that you want them to take. One side may be bigger, one side may be smaller. The scars, you obviously have the scars, but they usually fade after some time. So those are some of the disadvantages to look out for.
Pros. Let's add some juice. That was some vinegar.
You just there's no back pain, there's no neck pain. You look your age. No worries. You're not psychologically affected about using this route or that route. I am very light. To be honest, as in, I probably haven't lived long enough to like say that was the best day of my life. Probably when I get a child, I'll be like, my life. But when I woke up from surgery, honey, oh my goodness, and I was 3.5 kgs less.
Wow.
I was the
3.5,
happiest.
That was the total.
That's the much they took out. Yes. Wow, I was the happiest girl in the whole wide world. I honestly can never compare that feeling to anything else.
Pauline, you're a hero.
I know now.
Perspective has you here.
That hurt.
You probably need surgery for that. Yes, guys.
Wow.
I think I'm the one who needs surgery. I think I'm now feeling the effects. Okay. Guys, the reason for this session was so that we can have the information about Gigantomastia.
Gigantomastia, correct.
Yes, out there, and bring information to people out there, because as Pauline said, she was going through it. Others didn't know what that was. You know, nobody.
They didn't. Let me be honest, because I'm really sorry, but like my friends later would be like, I didn't know that you were going through this stuff, and all these things. Kumbe, you were not okay. You used to look so happy, and I was like, yeah, I used to look so happy, but when I go back to sleep, man,
they say the people who show a lot of joy are probably the ones
that are going through the most. Yeah, I think so.
Wow, guys. Thank you for sticking up with us. This is Pauline. And this is Brian. Guys, this is The Perspective. Come on, just subscribe at this side. Surely.
What is your problem?
What is the problem?
What is wrong with you?
Why are we doing this to each other?
Where's my camera? Where's my what is it?
Yeah. Thank you guys for sticking with us to the end. Kindly share this message out there, and also be an ambassador of peace. Be an ambassador of peace. Till next time. Ciao.